Today we are diving into the world of clear cases that actually protect your investment, moving beyond those flimsy, yellowing covers to find the true tanks of the transparent world. What do you think? Is a clear case ever rugged enough for your lifestyle? Or do you always go for the heavy-duty black boxes? Let me know in the comments. 6. TORRAS Diamond Clear 12 Feet Protection. If you are tired of your clear case looking like an old banana after just 2 months, the TORRAS Diamond Clear is a total game changer because it uses high-grade German TPU and an upgraded nano antioxidant coating specifically designed to fight off the UV rays and skin oils that cause yellowing. This isn't just about looks, though. It packs the patented X-Shock 3.0 air cushioning system, giving you a solid 12 feet of military-grade drop protection in a profile that is only 0.04 inches thin. When you compare this to something like the Spigen Ultra Hybrid, the TORRAS feels much sleeker and the buttons are way more clicky and responsive, which is a huge deal for a phone this big. It has a premium price tag, sure, but for an invisible layer that keeps your S26 Ultra looking brand new while surviving a drop from a second-story balcony, it is worth every penny. It feels great in the hand thanks to the nano-oleophobic textured sides, avoiding that slippery feeling we all hate, although the back is still a bit of a fingerprint magnet. Do you prefer your cases to be as thin as possible, or do you want to feel the bulk for peace of mind? 5. Ringke Fusion Magnetic Matte. For the power users who hate smudges but love MagSafe, the Ringke Fusion Matte is a masterclass in functional design because it swaps that glossy, fingerprint-prone plastic for a beautiful, frost-finish polycarbonate back. This case is essentially oil-proof, staying pristine even if you're using it all day, and it features a built-in magnetic ring that is perfectly aligned for all your chargers and wallets. A unique touch here is the quick-catch lanyard holes, which allow you to add a wrist strap for extra security, a feature most premium brands totally ignore. Compared to the Spigen MagFit, the Ringke offers a much more ergonomic, tapered grip that makes the 6.9-inch Ultra feel significantly less like a brick in your pocket. It is one of the best value options on this list, providing excellent daily protection at a lower price point, though it lacks the extreme 12-foot drop ratings of the heavy hitters. It is the perfect choice for someone who wants a clean, professional look that doesn't need to be wiped down every 5 minutes. Would you choose a matte finish over a crystal clear one if it meant 0 fingerprints? 4. RAPTIC Shield Iridescent. If you want your phone to look like a piece of aerospace technology, the RAPTIC Shield is the heavy hitter you've been looking for, featuring a machined anodized aluminum frame that provides a staggering 13 feet of drop protection. The iridescent finish is a total head turner, shifting colors as the light hits it, which really complements the metallic edges of the S26 Ultra. Unlike standard TPU cases, this one uses a multi-layered approach, with a hard shell and soft rubber interior to disperse energy, making it much tougher than your average clear cover. When you put it up against a brand like Mousse, the RAPTIC feels more industrial and edgy, giving you that armored vibe without the massive weight of a traditional tank case. It also includes N55 magnets that are about 30% stronger than standard rings, so your car mounts will actually hold this giant phone on a bumpy road. It does add a tiny bit of width to the phone, which might be a deal breaker if you have smaller hands, but for the protection level, it is a beast. Do you think the iridescent look is too flashy, or are you all about that color shift? 3. Spigen Ultra Hybrid, no magnet. Sometimes less is more, and the Spigen Ultra Hybrid remains the gold standard for purists who want a crystal clear view of their phone without any magnetic rings or extra clutter on the back. This 2026 version uses DuraClear technology, which is a fancy way of saying they infused the resin with a blue tint to neutralize yellowing before it even starts, keeping that out-of-the-box clarity for much longer. It uses Spigen's famous air cushion technology in the corners, providing military-grade security that handles everyday fumbles with zero drama. Comparing it to the Caseology Skyfall, The Spigen feels much more seamless and one piece, which I personally prefer for a more comfortable grip. The buttons are incredibly tactile, maintaining that satisfying click of the actual hardware, and the cutouts for the S Pen are generous enough that you aren't digging for it with your fingernails. It is prone to fingerprints because of the glossy back, and since there's no magnet, you'll lose out on MagSafe accessories, but for the price, the fit and finish are unbeatable. Is the lack of MagSafe a deal breaker for you in 2026? 2. UAG Plyo Magnetic 16 feet protection. When we talk about serious heavy-duty transparency, the UAG Plyo is the one that sets the bar with a massive 16-foot drop rating that meets 3 times the military standard. This case is built for the oops moments that would normally shatter a screen, using a featherlight composite construction and air-soft corners to absorb massive impacts. It has a very distinct industrial look with reinforced corners that make it stand out from the basic clear cases, and the integrated magnetic module is rock solid for the latest 2026 wireless charging speeds. Compared to the Spigen Ultra Hybrid, the UAG is noticeably more rugged and grippy, thanks to the skid pads on the back that prevent the phone from sliding off the table. It is definitely on the more expensive side, but if you are an outdoor enthusiast or someone who works on their feet, that extra peace of mind is worth the investment. It fits very tightly, which makes it a bit of a struggle to take off, but that just means your phone isn't popping out during a fall. Would you trust a 16-foot drop rating, or do you think that's overkill for daily use? 1. ESR Classic Hybrid with Stash Stand. Taking the #1 spot for pure utility is the ESR Classic Hybrid, which features a patented zinc alloy stash stand built right into the camera guard. It is honestly the most clever design on this list. This stand is completely hidden when you don't need it, but it allows you to prop your S26 Ultra at almost any angle for video calls or watching movies, and it is tested to last for over 3,000 uses. The magnetic strength here is insane, with a 1,500-gram holding force that is 50% stronger than standard cases, making it the king of MagSafe-style reliability. When you compare this to the Spigen Tough Armor, the ESR feels much more modern because the stand doesn't add any bulk to the back panel, keeping the profile slim at just 1.5 millimeters. It uses a crystal-clear acrylic back that is highly scratch-resistant, so you won't get those ugly swirls from sliding it in and out of your pocket. For digital creators who are always on their phones, this is the ultimate do-it-all case that looks great while being incredibly tough. What's more important to you, a built-in stand or the slimmest possible profile? Choosing the right clear case for your Galaxy S26 Ultra really comes down to whether you prioritize the invisible look of the Spigen, the smudge resistance of the Ringke, or the high-tech utility of the ESR stash stand. No matter which one you pick, these aren't your average cheap covers. They're engineered to keep your flagship safe while letting that titanium shine through. If this breakdown helped you decide which case is joining your setup, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the best tech gear of 2026. I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 would you trust with your phone? Drop a comment below and let's chat about it. All the links are in the description.